Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Theater on the Web series. Today is very, very important in our work as we are building building our toolbox as actors and actresses, because we're going to be talking about this thing that we do as actors. And the thing that we do as actors is that we tell stories. So we're going to be talking about first, what is a story, and how do we bring a story to life on the legitimate stage, and then how do we transfer that idea to the camera? So get ready. It's going to be good. So when we're thinking about what is a story, we have to break it down. What does that word mean? What is a story? Well, in its simplest form, a story is just a bunch of events. It's like this happened, that happened, this happened, that happened, and that happened. That's all it is. Now, stories come in many different forms. Some stories are read in a book. Some stories are passed down over years, like told stories. You have all different kinds of ways that stories have been passed down or used in mankind. But for our work in the theater, we talk about stories that are put in what we call a script, or in plays or musicals. Whatever the genre of theater it may be in, the goal of the actor and the actress is to tell this story in a very real and truthful way. And so how I like to break it down is that every story is going to have three parts. And it's pretty simple. The three parts are a beginning, a middle, and an end. No matter what the story is, if it's a good story, it's always going to have those three parts. And it should be very clear to you, as the person that's telling the story, where the beginning is, where the middle is, and where the end is. Like, those things should be clear in your mind as an actor, as an actress. So a few weeks ago, we were working on monologues. And what I saw, a lot of people were not telling a clear story. Now, the words were given to you, but as actors, we have to create the story that we tell by understanding the parts of the story. So that's one thing, okay? And so that's the first part of understanding a story. You have to first know what are the parts of every good story. So once you figure out the three parts of a good story, a beginning, middle, and end, then we have to take this idea of story and we have to put it on the stage. And we're talking about putting a story on the stage. The stage story is a little different than a story you read just out of a book, because the stories that we tell as actors and actresses is that we, the talent, brings that story to life in a real way for people to see. So we have to understand that concept. And when we're telling a story for the theater, we don't just tell any kind of good story. We have to tell a good dramatic story. And the thing that makes it dramatic is the stuff that happens in the middle. And I like to call it's the change. It's the thing that causes the story to come to an end. It's the thing that also makes the story exciting. This is what people pay to see. And whenever you're acting as an actor or an actress, you have to think about, I'm telling a story. No matter what the story is, I'm telling the story with myself. And what I'm doing is showing the story that I'm telling. Because a story is really just a bunch of doings. This happened, and that happened. But we're not saying it with our words, we're saying it in what we do. And so you have to understand that telling a dramatic story is all about having a clear beginning, having a clear middle, and in the middle, something needs to change. And once the things change, it's going to cause the story to come to an end. So once you understand those parts of the story, then you have to understand how you're going to create that idea in your work. And that's what we're going to be talking about next. How to take that concept of a story and then a dramatic story and how to bring that to life in a very real way. That's really exciting for people to watch. So that's the work of the actor, and that's what we're going to be talking about. So same as before, don't forget, you're going to go to israelhillery at achievementfirst.org. And once you're there, you are going to send me a little message, and you're going to say, hey, I want to join the classroom. I'm going to add you to our Google Classroom. And that way you'll have access to all of our materials, all of our links of everything coming up from the past and in the present. So I hope to see from you soon, and I look forward for our very next episode. See ya.